INFJs are not only the rarest personality type, but are also believed to be the most extreme. Often misunderstood and underestimated, INFJs have a strong sense of the future and in most cases can accurately predict how different events will unfold and harm people. They can also develop deep, empathetic connections with others and understand how they're feeling on an intuitive level. On most days, these talents are used to help people. When an INFJ is betrayed by someone whom they trusted, or if someone hurts their loved one, their talents can be used for psychological warfare. Keep watching to learn about the dangerous side of INFJs, the lurks beneath the surface, but what they keep hidden. They become obsessed with things. There's nothing wrong with being sentimental unless it's taken too far. 76% of INFJs are emotionally attached to their possessions, as compared to an average agreement of 64% across other MBTI types. Similarly, insomnia is not a joke. However, advocates often lie awake at night agonizing over trivial things like a piece of paper they threw away a few days ago. They might also get obsessed with whether or not they made the right choices during the day. For example, choosing the right order at a restaurant. Out of an average of 59% across other personality types, 79% of advocates said in a survey that they would often stay up at night thinking about things that upset them during the day. In fact, 86% of advocates also said that they always reread emails after sending it. Although most people have this habit, for INFJs it takes on a risky stance, as they may not always feel a warm glow of reassurance from double-checking their emails that they cannot undo. However, being on the extreme end of things doesn't always mean bad things. It can also be a wonderful opportunity to let in a little more life's beauty as compared to most other people. 87% of INFJs stated that they were deeply affected by natural beauty, such as pretty blooming flowers. No one knows better than INFJs that life is full of deep meaning, and a flowering plant is a great reminder. They can be psychological manipulators. Since INFJs have the ability to piece together seemingly disparate patterns and ideas, they can predict and foresee a lot of events before they actually happen. They can easily create strategic plans since it's easy for an INFJ to step out of a situation to see the bigger picture. In addition, INFJs are gifted with the ability to read people's minds and emotional states as well as spot their true motivations, even if they don't directly say or do anything. This can make an INFJ dangerous because if an INFJ has a particular motive such as revenge, they can work discreetly and tirelessly to bring their goals to fruition without a certain frame of time. Since they can read people so well, they can tap into others' motivation and unmet needs to entice them to think in a certain way, as is seen in the INFJ villain Ra's al Ghul in the Batman franchise. When their capabilities are used in a healthy way, they can motivate people toward positive goals. They can tap into these people's feelings and show empathy by using their intuition to paint a gorgeous picture of hope and promise. Their views can be motivating, insightful, and inspiring since they can see beyond the present and determine how to emotionally motivate a person. They just cannot make a decision. In a survey, 91% of INFJs stated that they constantly have a nagging feeling about everything they have to do. Sometimes their nagging feeling extends to making decisions. For example, 78% of INFJs agree that they always look through an entire menu before deciding what to order. The combination of introverted and extroverted traits makes INFJs particularly susceptible to feeling turbulent, but it's important for them to remember not to be too hard on themselves. This rings true especially when you consider that 84% of INFJs feel upset if they have bad thoughts and impulses. Because of their empathetic sense of right and wrong, it's no wonder that the caring INFJ feels stressed by their darker side. A little bit of self-acceptance can help them cope with the stress of negative thoughts. They believe the end justifies the means. INFJs have a dominant trait of introverted intuition, and hence they tend to develop long-range goals and have a clear vision for the future. However, if they're not careful, they may end up putting everything at risk to achieve these long-term dreams. They might even take drastic steps to achieve these goals and may believe that their overall benefit is more valuable than short-term detriments. Sometimes this ideology can have negative repercussions, wherein they might ignore their moral compass to stay on track or achieve their final goal. The negative side of this personality trait is likely to happen when INFJs repress their feelings and lose touch with their ethics and values. They might also put their long-term goals above their present needs and as a result may become exhausted, physically depleted, and malnourished. Most INFJs use this ability and reap positive outcomes, especially when they ignore minor setbacks and focus on long-term goals instead. They may be able to better deal with short-term frustrations since they might have an inkling that all their hard work will make a whole world of difference. They can be codependent. Unhealthy INFJs can become so wrapped up in the feelings of other people that they may lose themselves in the process. This unhealthy manifestation of codependency might show up when INFJs become too attached to the emotions and feelings of other people. Since they naturally absorb other people's emotions, they have an innate quality whereby they try to manage these emotions. For an unhealthy INFJ, this can turn into a habit of trying to please everyone and take care of their needs to create a picture-perfect, harmonious atmosphere that they think can stimulate inner peace. The downside to this noble precept is that INFJs may lose touch with their true self and may begin to unintentionally dismantle other people's intrinsic motivations. They can then create or begin codependent relationships where they have to control everything at all times. They may even blame themselves if something goes wrong and won't be able to tolerate even a quantum of unhappiness in others, resulting in bitterness, anxiety, resentment, and exhaustion. In these cases, it's important for INFJs to realize that they're not responsible for others' feelings, but might do more harm than good by trying to fix people. While empathy, compassion, and consideration are positive traits, martyrdom, control, and people-pleasing behavior can be harmful and dangerous. They're risk takers. INFJs tend to get super stressed out quite often, thanks to their perfectionism. When really stressed, they may fall in the grip of their inferior sensing side. As a result, they may become uncharacteristically impulsive, reckless, and even short-sighted. While some INFJs may channel the grip stress into harmless activities like going for a run, punching a punching bag, or cleaning, others may go down a more dangerous route, where they splurge on an adventurous activity to take an impulsive risk. For example, they may binge eat, drink, bungee jump off tall peaks, or simply catch a bus to a random location, sometimes with no plan of returning. An INFJ under stress is a danger not only to themselves but also to those around them. During these periods of increased adrenaline, INFJs can be less tactful and empathetic and could not be less concerned about the long-term impacts of their deeds. They can become detached. Most INFJs are warm and empathetic beings who dislike conflict and go above and beyond to take care of those whom they love. At the same time, they too draw the line at some point, and it can be drawn faster than what some people expect. INFJs are introverted by nature, and their minds are stimulated by their inner world. On the other hand, the feeling side of INFJs is extroverted in nature, and while this is how the world sees them, it is not their inner self. On the outside, INFJs are warm with a friendly demeanor, but their internal world can be more analytical and detached, where they quietly observe the things about them and deduce things. Sometimes, INFJs might stop caring about what others think or can't shut off their warm and friendly demeanor. Have you ever reacted this way as an INFJ? Do you think INFJs are the most extreme personality type? Comment below. As always, like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more updates on psychology.